Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Brothers and sisters, in the continuation of our lecture, last will and Testament by our special guest, Mr. Mohammad Marria, inshallah. If you have questions, then we will answer your questions, inshallah. Shukran wa jazakumullahu khairan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So, brothers and sisters, if you have some concerns, questions, you are free to ask, and Brother Muhammad, inshallah, is willing, ready, and able to answer all your queries and doubts. He will assist us, inshallah. He will help us how to draft the last will. Now, if you have some legal questions about, as he has mentioned, maybe you missed the point. I'm telling you, some of you here, brothers, you are legally married in Philippines. And the brother mentioned it, I remember it. And something happens to you here, if you don't have the last will, the benefits will be taken by your family in Philippines that you are legally married with. All your contributions, SSS, pag-ibig na walang tangal, what else? PhilHealth or whatever, your non-Muslim family will take it. And they are not allowed to be as our inheritors. So I advise you to expedite the process of your last will. Even me, I'm a Muslim, all my families are Muslims. But still, alhamdulillah, with the help of Brother Muhammad, I have my last will and bring it to Philippine Consulate. It's only seen and noted. You have to pay 100 dirhams. Okay? And there is a very recent case. There is one brother, Brother Nino, Prisa. I don't know if his wife is here. Now there is a legal issue going on. Maybe you can help. These brothers are from the Philippine Consulate. They're working, alhamdulillah. Brother Nino, Allah yarham, when he died, the day he died, he has a nephew here working. So immediately his nephew informed his first wife, who is a non-Muslim in Philippines, and his sister. Immediately they went to the Philippine Overseas Employment Administration in Philippines, and he promised them to repatriate the body. So the Ustad Dawood is the one taking care of the paperwork. He's in contact with me. I told him we are chatting, video call, through Facebook Messenger. The sister and the wife is telling me to help them to expatriate the body. I blocked them and I told the Ustad Dawood, bury the body. He said, no, the supervisor is not yet. Once he signed the paper, immediately bury it. Let them come here and exhume the body. But legally speaking, we are.
Yeah, I know.
Legally speaking, we will be responsible. Because, yes, he posted his certificate of Islam in his Facebook account. That was last July and last August. He posted that when something happens to me as a premonition. Something happened to me, I wanted to be buried in Islamic way. So I sent him a private message of the last will that was drafted by Brother Muhammad. I told him, this is the proper last will. Print it out, sign it, fill it up, bring it to Philippine Consulate. And never happened. Allah's overtaken him. So inshallah, this is a very big opportunity for us now that brother is helping with free services, inshallah. I can give you his number, you can go to his office, inshallah. So if you have some questions, you can ask now, inshallah.
Thank
I
you.
think everyone received this card.
Yes,
We will call you.
You know, if I can just add one very important point. Look, respectfully, I know maybe you might think I don't have anything. I've got one bank account, one car. I send the money back to my home country. I don't keep anything here. I had one case more than 15 years ago. Same thing, the person thought, I've got nothing. But when he died, his employer paid 3.5 million dirhams because of the gratuity and the life insurance. Because when you're working for a company, some companies, now let's not talk about is life insurance halal, haram. This is a different topic. I'm not going to go into it because it's like organ donation. Is it right or wrong? Is repatriation of the body, is it right or wrong? Everyone have their own opinion. But if you're working for a company and the company is giving you life insurance and you're not paying for it, and they're giving it to you free of charge, then for me, and I'm not passing any fatwa here, it is permissible. Just like medical insurance, you're not paying for it. The company is giving it to you. It's become law. It's mandatory. But not every company give life insurance. Some do it. But when you're dealing with a death case, this, I call it the death folder. Every person should have a death folder. And in this death folder, you have your will. If you work for a company, they give you a beneficiary form. You know, when you join a company, they give you a form to complete. That, where does your life insurance go? You get a beneficiary form, it should be in here. If you become a new Muslim, keep this form in the death folder. You have a bank statement, a mulkiya, death folder. Will in the death folder. This is the folder you need to give to your family. You have a question? Yes?
Brother, can we do the last will now and Bible later?
If I draft the will today, to authenticate the will, to make sure it is a legal document, either you go to the embassy or the court. Now, I never knew Brother Yahya said some of the brothers are from the Filipino consulate. Yes? Yeah. But the death folder, to me, is very, very important. If you have a property in the Philippines, a bank account, death folder, the will states global assets. I'm covering the Philippines, but you need to put everything in this folder. This folder, you need to prepare it. I only can give you the documents you require, like your marriage certificate. If you get divorced, I know in the Philippines, getting divorced is, from what I heard, is next to impossible. Here you can do it, put it in the death folder. But it's your job to complete it, and for God's sake, share it. What is the point of you making this folder and you hide it? Who's going to find it?
Oh,
Thank you. This is why there is so much money in the world and nobody knows, because no one is sharing the information. I just want to give you a real case example. 1 second, please. This person worked for Emirates MBD Bank. He died in 2009. The bank froze his account and all his life insurance went into the bank account. 2009 he died. Emirates MBD Bank contacted me in 2016 and said, please help us. This person died and nobody has come to claim the money.
I know him. I know him.
You know him? Oh, no, it's all right. I've done the job. It's okay. Subhanallah.
It's my brother.
Yeah. So, what happened? The bank came to me. They gave me a death certificate and a passport copy. And can you believe there was no Emirates ID, because in 2009 there was no Emirates ID. He had only a passport copy and the death certificate from Abu Dhabi. Do you know I found his mother in Kerala, South India? And in 2019, I transferred over 400,000 dirham to her. And when I asked her, why didn't you claim the money from the bank? Do you know what her answer was? Nobody told me the money was in the bank. And the bank saying nobody come to claim the money. This problem is not only in Dubai, not the UAE. This problem is in every country in the world. This is why having the death folder is your responsibility. Updating the death folder, your responsibility. You have a son, you have a daughter, put the birth certificate here. Now, I asked a question before we broke up for the Asr prayer. If both parents pass away, oh, shukriya. Thank you. I'm asking you all a question. Please, don't think it's your children. Just think. Husband and wife died. Children's in the school. And you're the head teacher or the headmaster. If both the parents pass away in a car accident, you're a headmaster in the school, it's 4 o'clock, nobody's going to pick up the children from school. It's 5 o'clock, nobody's coming. 7 o'clock, what do you do now? Anyone can guess? One case happened in 2008. Parents died, children were at school in Dubai Investments Park. The school called the authorities. It took 3 months for the parents, the grandparents, to come from the home country after getting all the death certificate, paperwork attested, get money to buy the tickets and come here. 3 months, the children were in the orphanage. This is why making the will, if you have children, is your responsibility. Don't think the government is going to sit here and say, make a will. It's not their problem. Like no government, no bank will tell you, make a list of assets, give it to your wife. No one's going to tell you. And one more thing, if the money is going to your children and Sheikh Yahya goes to the court with the will and the death certificate, the information, and the court is going to ask you, okay, the will says the money is going to the children. Do you think the court is going to give you the money? No, they want the bank account for the child. Now I'm going to ask everyone a question. Whoever has a child, have you opened up a bank account for them?
There is one issue, Shaykh. There is one issue.
Tell me.
If we make a death folder and give to his wife, and the wife after kills her, who is the responsible?
You're watching too many movies. But he's got a point. The brother has a point. You remember when I said the executor of the will? I never mentioned the wife. I mentioned Sheikh Yahya. But I'm not saying him personally. I'm saying give it to someone separate. Because there's been cases where you give the file to the wife killed the husband, or the wife give the file to the husband, and the husband killed the wife. It happens. When it comes to money, it wakes up the devil in the person. Khalas, you're finished then. You got a valid point. But if you don't make the folder, who's going to claim the money? It's a double-edged sword. Now, I'm not here to tell you who you should trust. You should know yourself. But if you come to me tomorrow and say, help me in the court, I'm going to ask you for this folder. Now, if you don't have the folder, what do? Tell the judge, this person died. We don't know where the money is. We don't know who the wife is. We don't know if he's Muslim, non-Muslim. We don't know if he's going to be buried or cremated. What do you think the court is going to do? You need to, the executor, I know I told you I try to refrain from using legal words, but the executor is the person going to the court. The executor can be the wife. It can be the husband. It can be the brother. It could be your son or your daughter. Someone over 21. You might not believe this. The age of maturity in the United Arab Emirates is 21, not 18. Now you ask any parent, if you have 100,000 dirham and you're going to give it to your son, will you give it to him at 18 or 21? They said 25 or 30. You're mad? I'm going to give my son 100,000 dirham when he's 21? He's only going to blow it in university. Age of maturity in UAE is 21. In other countries, including the Philippines, it's 18. But here it's 21. If you ask me, it should be minimum 25. But this is my opinion. In fact, many parents are saying, forget 25, children get the money when they're 30. Because by then, they should be married, having children, and they will respect the money. But it's not for me to decide. What did I tell you in the beginning? The will is a voice from the grave. Make the will. The other problems, bank accounts, separate visas, making list of assets. This is something you should be doing anyway. This is why I get busy when people die. Why? Everyone wake up and realize, oh my God, I don't want my family to suffer like this person. Now everyone's running from pillar to post. You've heard of Ericsson telecommunication company, yes? You all heard of Ericsson. Let me tell you something funny. Ericsson is paying for the will. So if you're an employee of Ericsson, I'm giving it to you free of charge. But if you're an Ericsson employee, Ericsson is paying for the will. We have a contract with them. Now look at this, 10 years. 10 years I've been with Ericsson. Wills is paid for by the company. 450 employees. And up to today, all I've completed, 70 wills. It's not the money. It's people are not understanding the challenges. This is why I get busy when people pass away. But with the death folder, if you get divorced, update the folder. You get married, update the folder. Even you have to update the will as well sometimes. So just to answer a few things that Sheikh Yahya said, a Muslim cannot inherit from a non-Muslim. A non-Muslim cannot inherit from a Muslim. And I tell you one thing, what makes our religion unique? If we follow our religion, there will be no court problems. There won't be people fighting for inheritance because you know what you should be getting. If your share is 25%, why are you taking 30%? Why are you fighting your family when your share is X? Why are you asking for Y? You know, many death cases, I must have had nearly 200 to 300 death cases in the last 20 years. Doesn't matter if they're Muslim, non-Muslim. All the family come and tell me he died too young. It is not his time. And I look at the family and say, boss, it was his time. But he was very healthy. I said, it was his time. That's one thing as Muslims, we should be very happy, very proud that when we know of someone, a loved one who passed away, we make dua that they go to a much better place, not to cry and hit yourselves. What did we do wrong? Why did the doctor kill him? We take it, we accept it. But when it comes to inheritance, I'm sorry to say, even the Muslims are fighting. This is wrong. This is your fault. Why are you fighting? If your share is 12.5% women, or men, your share is 25%, why are you fighting the family for more money? Even if you get that money, don't you realize you'll be answerable for it tomorrow? If your share is X, you shouldn't be taking Y. Now, according to the law in the Philippines, if you have a spouse living there, yes, in the Philippines, they can do what they like. They can go to the courts, the authorities, do what they like. But when I register a will here, I'll block everything in the Philippines as well. This is why it's not only drafting the will, you need to get this registered, at least with the embassy, to guarantee authenticity. Then you can apply it in the home country. And in the will, you can write down, I want to be buried, so that nobody's going to question it. And respectfully, if there's any legal department within the consulate or the embassy, if it goes to the police or the court, even the graveyard, they're respecting the document. But these things you write on a piece of paper, it's not going to work. Are there any questions, please? Well, look, if you've got my business card, if you haven't got it, I'll leave this here. You can help yourself. If you can send me an email or WhatsApp, and then we can take it from there then. Yes, sir.
Question. Is it possible to have two executors to be sure?
2, 3, 4, up to you. Guardians, 2, 3, 4, up to you. For guardians, can I just say one thing? There are two types of guardians. One is a guardian living here called an interim or the temporary guardian, who will pick up the children from school. If you make appointing your brother in the Philippines, you can't wait for him to catch a flight and come here. You need an interim guardian. The permanent guardian coming from the home country. So you need an interim. It could be a work colleague, a friend, someone from the Islamic center, your neighbor, someone from the school. You can appoint anyone you like. But this is, again, any name, passport copy, Emirates ID. Now, why I need the passport copy, Emirates ID? Because at the end of the day, when you're registering documents, we need the correct name. You might be on your passport X, but you're telling me your name is Y. Now, I know, and you may not know this, but when you become a new Muslim, maybe on paper, the certificate, you have a new name. Yes? But you don't have to change your passport name. You don't have to do it. When you're dealing with any legalities, they go on the passport name. That's why I need your passport copy and your Emirates ID card copy to see your name in Arabic. Because the legal translation of the Arabic, I'm going to put it in the will. Sorry, is there a question from the sister? Yes.
This is my question. Some more Muslims cannot afford, as of now, it's very hard for us to register to attest the will of testament to the court because it's very expensive, right? So maybe some of our brothers and sisters cannot able to afford. So if we will get a will of testament, because nowadays there is brother and sister who passed away, but not attested in the court, the will of testament. Is this valid or is this?
No, sister, I told you, if you can't do it in the court, get it done with the consulate. And as Brother Sheikh Yahya said, it only cost 100 dirham in the consulate. Yeah, 100 dirham in the consulate. But respectfully, get it done. You know, it's important. Do it properly. Inshallah. Any other questions, please? Any questions on divorce-related matters? Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Thank you,
We
Shamika.
want to add one thing, inshallah.
Yes, please.
Thank you very much. Are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
Thank you very much. Okay. Yes. There is no chance to give your non-Muslim family part of that. No way.
Okay. Let me take a step back. A Muslim has discretion over 1/3 of their money. So that 1/3 can go anywhere. So to answer your question, a non-Muslim cannot inherit from a Muslim, but you have up to 1/3 you can give to them. 1/3. But can I say one thing to everyone? Can we all agree on one point that when a person passes away, his book is closed? We all agree with that, yeah?
Yes.
And as Sheikh Yahya said in many of his khutbahs I listened to, there is an ongoing reward after the person has died. Agreed? If you have children making dua. Yes? So you have pious children making dua. The deeds you did in your lifetime. Agreed? There's another one that many people don't know. You have 1/3 in your will you can give to charity. So, if you're giving 1/3 to the non-Muslim family member, respectfully, you're not getting anything out of it. If you give that 1/3 to a masjid, if you give it to build a well, a bookstore, or you give it to the center, you will get the reward even when you're dead in the grave. So, think twice who you're giving the 1/3 to. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Brothers and sisters, we can see that the main problem of making the last will and testaments will be the fees in the court amounted to 1,500 dirhams. We spoke, me and Sheikh Yahya, inshallah. We are going to request from the Islamic Information Center, Dar Al-Bir Society, that fees will be included to the new Muslim support, inshallah. So once if that will be approved, once if that will be approved by the Dar Al-Bir Society under the management of the Islamic Information Center, we from the Islamic Information Center, we are going to inform every one of you, inshallah. So shukran. Thank you very much for attending this event, for today's event, the inevitable journey. And we thank so much our guest speaker of today's talk, Mr. Mohammad Marria. Thank you very much. And that's for all. Shukran. Wallahu a'lam wa jazakumullahu kulla khair. Wa subhanallah bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Brothers, take photo. Picture taking. Brothers, yung mga sisters, dyan na lang po kayo na lang po muna. But if you can wait after the brothers, then sisters can come here. All right. Thank you very much.
Ayaw? Ay, nagkatao ko nakangiti.
Wala ng film yan. Para sa dyan matsura niyan, dito na kayo pupogi pa.
Pwede ba screenshot?
Live.
We can do screenshot of that, inshallah. Live, inshallah.
Bin.
Allah Akbar! All right. Shukran.
We'll do the future talk, inshallah.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Really appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, me too, me too. I great.
Talagang ano yan?
And where's my camera? It's there. It's there. MashaAllah. Okay. Shukran. Thank you very much for the viewers. MashaAllah. Okay, give space for the sisters. Brothers, give space for the sisters. Oh, grabe naman yan. Grabe naman yan. Kasi makita. Hindi na matapos yan.
Basta mga gwapo. Bakit wala ako dyan?
Oo.
Sokran.
Ayan ang nangangawit na aking ngiti.
Video.
Mga na 1, 2, 3. Sige, palitan.
Tatlo na binigila mo. Ang dami namin.
Hindi kayo para bas.
Okay. Mas importante kita ko yung mga pogi.
Saan tayo tingin? Ito pala.
Shukran. Alright, see you next time, inshallah. Yalla, assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.